We are Dina and Steve, and this is our travelling companion, Yummy. We have finally come to the stage in life where we are now on our ultimate adventure, living full-time in our caravan while exploring this beautiful country of Australia. There's a lot to discover, so we invite you to come along with us and follow our channel, Winging It Down Under. Well, we took a short drive from Cranky Rock this morning and we've come just outside of Bingara, and we've found another beautiful little camp spot by the river down here. It's called Sunnyside Riverside Camping. There's no toilets, there's no dump point, but it's a lovely little place to stay for a few nights. There's a dump point in the town of Bingara and you can fill up your water there too. So this is a perfect place to test Steve's little pump that he's rigged up.
First thing I've got to do down here is I've chucked the hose in the water and I've got it sitting up on a rock so that it doesn't suck mud out of off the bottom. So that's, and then run the hose up here. Plug one into that end, plug one into the out, turn the pump on, flick, and power on. Who's that? That's awesome. So we are at Bingara. This is the lookout, which is really good. Dina would have taken some footage over there. So this is a really nice little town. I'd come back here again. This is the Gwydir River, and there's camping spots all the way along here. Free camping or donation. It says free camping. We are probably out there somewhere along this river, but all the way along here there's all little spots you can just, little dirt roads that go in, and you can just find camp spots all the way along it. And the river's quite, at the moment, the river's really flowing. They must be releasing the dam or something. And it's actually, the river's really high because there's gum trees, small gum trees that are actually at the moment in the river that would have been on the bank, because gum trees don't grow in the river normally. So, but it's really flowing. But it's beautiful here. Like yeah, it's really nice. I would definitely come back here. So we're just going down from the lookout. Dina's got a bit of footage of it, and it won't show up on the footage, but it is super steep. Like, I'm in first gear and I'm still having to put my foot on and off the brakes to keep us at a reasonable speed.
Hey Steve.
Yes?
It's time for second cup of coffee.
Yes. Thought it might have been getting that time.
Well, this morning I want to test out my birthday present.
Ah, right.
So I want to test out this coffee that my brother sent to me for my birthday. He lives in Canada, in BC, and he sent me some Happy Camper ground coffee. It's brown sugar bourbon flavoured. So perfect for our second cup of coffee.
Yes, correct.
So I want to do a taste test. Happy Camper, how appropriate. That's very good. It smells beautiful.
Yeah. Once again, on coffee duty. Never ends for me.
In between all your other jobs.
In between everything else. While you're doing nothing, I'll get you to whip up a coffee.
Well, you're my personal barista.
First job, big job. Turn the inverter on. Oh wow!
So this is already ground up, isn't it?
Yeah, it's already ground, this one. So we put it. We've got 2 sections in the coffee machine. One's for the beans, so the machine grinds them up, and then you've got this section here, which is for already ground coffee.
For special coffee.
For special coffee, correct. A full one of these for Dina. She likes a strong coffee. So that goes in there, like so. So I normally heat this milk up to about 70 degrees because Dina likes her coffee extra hot. Spoilt little minx. So folks, my job is done.
Okay, let's do a
Thanks,
taste
honey.
test.
All right.
Bourbon Canadian coffee. That's beautiful. Yeah, I can taste the bourbon.
Yeah, can.
Good coffee.
Yep, thumbs up, Scott.
Thanks, Scott and Andrea. Nice coffee.
Beautiful river. It's really nice.
It's flowing quite fast.
Really fast, and it's quite deep, so there's a lot of water coming down there.
A lot of ducks shooting past.
I call them jet ski ducks because they go down with the current and they're doing about 35 knots. The jet ski ducks, look out! What do you reckon, hun?
Can't beat this. This is good.
It is good.
Well, we're at Bingara. We've packed Yummy in the car and we're going to have a day out exploring. The first thing we've come across is the old gold mine stamper. So they mined gold here and they pulled out 15.5 kilograms of gold from 1860 to 1948. Gee, that's a really good stamper. I've got to say, this is the biggest and most well-preserved stamper I've ever come across so far. They've still got the wood in there as well. The timber in between the wheels. That's pretty amazing. So we're just about to go for a walk across this bridge here at Bingara. It's called Campbell Bridge. And an interesting fact, it was originally painted white, and during the World War II they took all the white paint off because it was too easy to see from the air. So they took all the white paint off, and now the locals want it back to its original state. They want it painted white again, but main roads don't have the money.
So this bridge is when you're towing a caravan across, it's actually quite narrow. I'll just stick the camera out here. So as you can see, looking down at the water here, this is really flowing, and we're just at the information centre, and they told us that the reason it's flowing so high is because they're releasing water from the dam, the Copton Dam. So apparently the spillway's open a bit, so we're going to go for a drive up there and have a look at it. Be interesting to see it with the spillway open running. Well, we drove all the way out here to have a look at the floodway open, 40 k's along a windy little outback road, and this is all we can see because you can't get to the other side and you can't see over the bridge and you can't walk on it, so you can't see nothing.
Oh well.
Oh well, it's a nice drive I suppose.
Well, we thought we'd go for a bit of a day trip today. There's an area called the Glacial Area that we want to have a look at. But before we go, I just wanted to show you what this little community of Bingara have been doing since 1960. These orange trees here at Bingara have been planted as a living memorial to the residents who served at war. Every year they have an orange picking festival. It's called Orange Picking Day, and they're picked by the children and the school kids in the community, who then take the oranges to the aged care centre and the hospital and various places around the community. And they've been doing this since 1960. Apparently you're not allowed to pick the oranges, you have to leave them there for the children to pick on Orange Picking Day, which is a mark of respect for those who served at war. Well, we drove for about half an hour and we're at this ancient geological site just out of Bingara, and this was formed by the glaciers back in the Ice Age. Just locking the van up.
Yep.
We're going to leave Yummy here for a couple of hours.
Yeah, it's overcast today, so he won't be too cold, hot in there. It's quite cool today.
And we're going to head into Bingara, into the little town. We've booked in to do a tour of the old Roxy Theatre.
Yeah, that should be interesting.
So we'll put a bit of money into the town.
Yeah, yeah.
Only $10 for the tour
Yep.
each. So
yeah, no, it'll be good.
we'll do that. We'll get some more water.
Yeah, top the water up again.
Top the water up.
Now I've got a transfer pump, which makes it really easy. I don't even have to lift the jerry cans up anymore.
Yeah.
I can just pump it, put it into the car with the hose, and pump it out of the car with the hose. I don't have to lift them up. I don't have to carry them around, which is great.
You've got it wired.
I've got it wired now, so it's good.
Okay, well, I'm hungry.
So am I.
Let's go and get a pie.
Yeah, let's do it.
This is the old Roxy Theatre. A really good tour of the Roxy Theatre, and we had a lovely tour guide. She was from the information centre and she told us all about it. It started off with a guy called Peter from Greece, and he was an immigrant to Australia. He met up with a couple of mates from the same village, and they came up with the idea of making an entertainment centre. So Peter invested all his money, and together with his two colleagues, they built the Roxy Theatre. They had a residential accommodation at the back of the building. They had some shops, and they had a big cafe there as well. Unfortunately, it only was open for 6 months before they had to close it down because they ended up going bankrupt. And I think that had something to do with there was a depression at the time. They had a bit of competition with another theatre that was owned by a local. And also television was invented, so most people had a television in their houses and they weren't really interested in going to the theatre. So it actually closed down for 40 years before the council got a hold of it and restored it, and now it's a heritage listed building. Well, this morning we're leaving our beautiful campsite down here by the river at Sunnyside, just outside of Bingara, and we're off to Manilla. Well, we're on our way to Manilla, and we just thought we'd stop off at Barabar on the way through and have a look at the artwork here in town. So this mural here on the silos depicts the local water diviner. He was searching for groundwater when the drought was on in 2019.
So guess what, folks? We have made it to Manilla. This is a great little camp spot here. No toilet, but we're just going to walk into town now. Apparently it's just walking distance to the toilets and town. There's a dump point here and water, no power. You can have fires here as long as you've got a proper fire pit to put it in. And we are about to head over to the Rubbity Dub for happy hour.
Yep, it looks like a nice pub. The next morning we woke up to find that our neighbours had left a whole heap of rubbish behind, so we set about gathering it all up and putting it in the bins provided at the campsite. Needless to say, it's disappointing to witness others neglecting their responsibility to dispose of their rubbish properly, and hard to comprehend the mindset that makes some individuals believe this behaviour is acceptable. So anyway, we cleaned it all up and carried on with our day. Morning everyone. Well, we're here at Manilla and we thought we'd come down and have a look at the old railway viaduct bridge. It was built in 1908 and it's the only curved wooden railway viaduct in the Southern Hemisphere. The Manilla Viaduct is an iconic landmark, a one-of-a-kind piece of historic rail infrastructure. It opened in 1908 as part of the rail line from Tamworth to Bingara, which allowed for further expansion of wheat growing operations in the region. At one point, there were discussions about demolishing it due to safety concerns, but the local community fought to ensure its preservation, and now it is heritage listed. Well, that's it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give us a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you in the next video.
Yep, we will, hopefully.